The Incredible Hulk, one of the most powerful non-cosmic beings or heroes in the entire Marvel Universe. But what if he were to go against one of the most powerful groups in the entire Marvel Universe? Charles Xavier and the X-Men, which themselves have several Omega level mutants of incredible power. Well, let's find out. Now this story picks up and takes place during the World War Hulk storyline, a Marvel event in which Hulk comes back from a different planet after being sent off by the Illuminati. The team, which consists of Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Charles Xavier, Namor, Mr. Fantastic, and Black Bolt. And after sending the Hulk off, he accidentally got sent to a world in which he had to fight from being a slave to eventually becoming the king of the planet. But then the ship he got sent on exploded, killing not only his people, but his city and even his wife. So Hulk then comes back to Earth in a fit of rage so powerful he has never experienced it before. And with this new level of rage and anger comes a new level of power, and he's out for revenge. The issue picks up in a flashback with Tony Stark talking to Charles Xavier, saying, hey, can you keep an eye out for any signs of the Hulk? And with Xavier saying, the Hulk, why would he? Right, you haven't heard, sorry. He went on another rampage, one in Las Vegas. So Reed Richards, the others and I decided he was too much of a threat to remain at large. So we took a vote, and only Namor disagreed. But we lured the Hulk into a spaceship and launched it towards a planet where he could no longer hurt anyone. But for some reason it never got there. And we've been trying ever since to determine where it is, with Xavier just saying, I see. But Tony being curious now, Charles, if you had been there, how would you have voted? Leaving the biggest overall question, as if Charles was there and voted no, Hulk's rage and revenge would be misplaced against the X-Men and Professor X. Moving over to current present day, we pick up at the Xavier mansion, where we see Beast training a new team of young mutants, before suddenly they hear rumbling and look outside to see the Sentinels, who the government or Office of National Emergency put them there to keep an eye on the mutants. But if they're being sent off, that means there's an issue of national security. So quickly Beast decides to go to the TV and turn on the news, where he sees Hulk, who after beating Black Bolt on the moon, broadcasts a threat to the world, saying you have 24 hours to evacuate the city, New York. And when I return, I want to see Mr. Fantastic, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange. And if they're not here, I'll do this, showcasing his destruction to your whole stinking planet. And as Beast scrambles to call in reinforcements, suddenly there's another thoom. And as Beast jumps to look outside the window, he sees the Incredible Hulk himself there, saying nothing more than Xavier, I want Xavier now. So with him quickly hopping back down, telling the rest of the students some instructions, telling one of them to alert the professor about what's happening and get everyone to safety, but also putting together some of the mutants with stronger abilities to help fend off the Hulk, saying how this building houses 1/4 of the mutants left on Earth. We're not fighting for fun or to prove who's stronger or even to bring justice to a villain, but we're fighting to prevent genocide on the mutant race. I'll first try to talk to him, but the Hulk's never been one for talking, so we need a plan. And with the rest of the students who are not full-fledged X-Men yet, already willing to defend their home. So with the rest of the students hidden, Beast opens the door, saying, hello Hulk, what? Xavier, bring him here. You know I can't do that. And with Hulk saying, out of the way then, I'll find him myself. I'm afraid I can't do that either. Before Hulk literally backhands him away, saying, wasn't asking. As right now Hulk has a mission, and he's not going to let anyone stand in the way. So right now the first fight of many gets started, as those students in training start to gang up on Hulk, saying hit him hard. As Hulk now, who originally doesn't want any problems with any other people except Xavier, says Beast, you have 2 seconds to call off these kids, or what happens to them is on you. As they are successful in at least momentarily slowing the Hulk down, who is holding back to not hurt them right away. But while they're distracting him, the Beast goes to get a trump card, a mutant with some sort of death touch, and with the Hulk, who's had enough, says time's up, before he finally starts to fight back against the students, effortlessly beating them. But with Beast now here, he jumps in front of the Hulk, letting the mutant get his hands on Hulk, activating his death touch. But as you can see, it doesn't kill the Hulk, it only stripped away his healing factor, with Beast saying, you may want to rethink this Hulk, do you understand what we just did? And the Hulk saying, yeah, you've only made me madder. And while the Hulk's healing factor isn't on the same level of say Deadpool or Wolverine's, it's pretty darn close, especially current Hulk, who's able to regenerate from literal pieces and be fine. But with Hulk's healing factor temporarily gone right now, he's the most vulnerable he's ever going to be. So they all decide to rush him and attack. But Hulk, after tearing off a statue, says, stupid humans don't need my healing factor to beat these punks. As we see a montage of him taking out various mutants with different abilities. Someone who's telekinetic? Try focusing with ruptured eardrums as he thunderclaps. Then we see someone who can control sand as Hulk breaks a pipe from underneath, spraying her. And then we see another mutant who's just a typical brawler try to attack Hulk. But Hulk seemingly knows this person and his abilities, saying, "You're the one who can control his body when it's in pieces, right?" Quick question, can you still control them when they're all the way in Connecticut? Before literally tearing his limbs off, tossing them up. Then turning to the rest of the mutants saying, "Come on, who gets crippled next?" And the next mutant we see try to challenge the Hulk is none other than X-23, the daughter/clone of Wolverine. And as she lunges at the Hulk, he effortlessly grabs her, saying, "Who are you? Wolverine's sidekick? You're a couple claws short." But with Laura saying, "No, I'm not," before activating her Foot Claw, slashing Hulk across the eyes, essentially blinding him for now, as he still doesn't have access to his healing factor. And with this, they see he's hurt, so they decide to all jump him and hit him hard. So they all attack at once, ranging from fists, claws, to even energy blast. But everyone then gets knocked back by one punch from the Hulk, before grabbing X-23, lifting her up and saying, "Nice try, but my eyes just grew back. Whatever the gold kid did wore off, and he's not going to do it again. And as for this one, you better hope she heals like Wolverine too," before throwing her through the mansion, taking her out of the fight. Afterwards, he walks towards Beast and the mutant that has the death touch, saying, "It didn't have to be like this. I just wanted Xavier, but no one makes me weak. No one, never again." And as Hulk walks towards them, getting ready to slam on them, killing them, suddenly he gets attacked from behind, yelling in pain, with the voice saying, "You're real impressive beating on kids, bub, but it's grown-up time." As we see Wolverine and an A-list team of X-Men arrive and join the fight, and with Hulk looking back saying, "This is the fight I expected, bring it on." But just then, before anybody can even get started, Xavier himself walks out, with him saying, "I believe you said you're here for me. Now that I've seen my students to safety, you've got your wish." With him then activating his power saying, "Yes, I know you're the strongest one there is, physically, but my power lies in another area," before trying to mentally assault the Hulk. But as he does, everyone on the battlefield starts holding their head in pain, as Xavier then thinks to himself, "Impossible." Now the Hulk's mind has always been unique, difficult to control, but I've never encountered anything like this. The rage, like an elemental force, and the feedback is enveloping and going to everyone around us. As Hulk's mind is infected with so much rage, pain, and anger that Xavier himself, an Omega level mutant, can't even get through, and instead is broadcasting his thoughts in recent past on him on the planet and everything that went wrong to everyone around them. And as the vision ends for everybody, Beast is the first one to say something, saying, "Hulk, I had no idea." And with Charles saying, "Bruce, Reed and the others sent you into space. Yes, but that bomb that destroyed your city, I could never imagine them doing such a thing. But I don't know, I wasn't with them when they made their plans." But Hulk already knowing this, saying, "Yes, I know, but according to what I beat out of Black Bolt, you were supposed to be. You were one of the guys that decided was smart enough to play God, to decide what to do with me, like I'm some type of rabid dog. So I'm asking you a simple question. If you'd have been there when they were debating whether to ruin my life, how would you have voted?" Before the issue ends on his harboring question that would decide the fate of Professor X and the rest of the X-Men. But yeah, leaving you on this little cliffhanger, the comic is World War Hulk X-Men, if any of you guys want to read it yourselves. But yeah, make sure you like the video if you enjoyed, or even subscribe. Stay tuned for the next part and future videos. As always, thanks for watching.